So when Grand Blue Dreaming locked in its July 2026 return for season 3, the immediate question wasn't if Yori was going to suffer, but, how?
Right. Exactly how much?
Yeah. I mean, you already know the glorious booze-fueled, occasionally scuba-diving chaos this franchise delivers. It's basically a roller coaster ride that somehow never actually goes off the rails.
Which is wild. And, well, it's easy to look at those outrageous club antics and assume the production behind it is just as haphazard.
Oh, absolutely. It
True,
feels
that-
so unhinged.
Yeah, but pulling off that level of relentless absurdity without the joke going stale, I mean, it requires incredibly precise engineering.
Yeah.
So today, our mission is to take a deep dive under the hood of this runaway keg to see how it actually runs.
Let's start with just the sheer runway they're working with here. I mean, the manga debuted back in April 2014 in Kodansha's Good Afternoon magazine.
Well, yeah, over a decade ago.
Right. And we are currently sitting at 25 volumes in Japan, with Kodansha USA handling the English translations. 25 volumes of college antics.
It is a massive amount of material.
Is this just like the manga equivalent of that one super senior who absolutely refuses to leave the dorms but somehow remains the most popular person on campus?
You know, it is exactly like that super senior. But here's the catch with Grand Blue. That senior survives by constantly changing his major.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, the series doesn't just repeat the same naked drinking game gags forever. It constantly escalates the stakes and introduces colliding social circles.
Right, forcing them into these impossible situations.
Exactly. That structural reinvention is what keeps the humor so sharp after all this time.
But, okay, staying fresh for 25 volumes on the page is one thing. Translating that sprawling, hyperactive visual comedy to the screen without losing the timing.
It sounds like a logistical nightmare.
It really does. And looking at the production notes, Shinji Takamatsu is credited as the director, the writer, and the sound director.
Yep, all three major hats.
To me, that sounds like an absolute bottleneck. I mean, is having one mastermind a huge risk for burnout, or is that, like, the secret to the show's over-the-top tone? How does it not collapse under one guy?
Well, it definitely sounds like a recipe for massive burnout, I agree. But in comedy anime, timing is absolutely everything.
Right, the beat has to be perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because Takamatsu controls the writing, the visual direction, and the audio pacing. He doesn't have to wait for a separate sound team to score a joke.
Oh, wow. So he just does it all on the fly.
Essentially, yeah. He can perfectly sync a sudden drop in music or, like, a bizarre sound effect with a visual gag. It creates this seamless comedic rhythm that a fragmented team might miss entirely.
Ah, okay. So it's not a bottleneck at all. It's more like a closed-loop system for comedic timing.
Precisely. And he isn't operating in a vacuum either. He has a really robust support system to handle the heavy lifting.
Like the studios, right?
Yeah, studios Zero-G and Liber are producing the visuals. Plus, you have Hideyoki Kasama anchoring the character design, and Yukari Hashimoto driving the soundtrack.
Which gives Takamatsu the freedom to just steer the madness.
You got it. That engine allows him to maintain that cohesive tone.
And they are definitely going to need that engine pushing at max capacity this season because they're throwing a massive wrench into Yori's already precarious lifestyle.
Oh yeah, the surprise visit from his sister.
Yes. Taking a character who is barely surviving his unhinged college life and dropping his family right into the middle of it.
It is a masterclass in escalating stakes, like we talked about earlier. It forces a hilarious collision of two completely incompatible worlds.
He definitely can't just hide behind a textbook this time. And it's not just his sister mixing things up, is it?
No, not at all. The production is injecting a whole new tier of comedic foils into the ecosystem. We're seeing a trio of new voices join the cast.
Right. I saw Sayaka Ohara is coming in as Sayaka Kodagawa.
Yeah, and Asami Sato is stepping in as the mysterious chief. Plus, we have Aya Suzaki playing the highly energetic Maki.
Okay, so these aren't just dryly padding the background.
Exactly. They are fresh variables specifically designed to disrupt Yori's life in entirely new ways.
Well, which means for you, if you're planning to watch this unfold, the runway is totally clear. Seasons 1 and 2 are already sitting over on Crunchyroll.
So you can definitely catch up.
Yep, you can lock in before the summer broadcast hits Tokyo MX BS11 and the Minichi broadcasting system.
You know, taking a step back from the diving club for a second, the sheer longevity of this series leaves us with a pretty compelling thread to pull on.
What do you mean?
Well, think about our current entertainment landscape. We are completely saturated with high-stakes fantasy, world-ending threats, and intense dramatic action.
Oh, for sure. Everything is always about saving the universe.
Always. So what does the massive, enduring success of a show entirely focused on the sheer, unfiltered absurdity of college life actually say about us?
About our deep-seated need for pure escapism.
Exactly. Like, why do we find so much comfort in watching someone else's glorious disaster?
Man, that is a really good point. Definitely something to mull over the next time you are, avoiding your own responsibilities.
For sure.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. I will catch you on the next one.